All right, let's turn that down. Game music now. Hello. Hello, hello. Pause that. Let's that there. Do that. And that. There we go. Now we can all hear everything. Hello. Oh, hello. We're about to go to the second world. You know? Going over to the second world there, don't you know? Yeah. Second world. Let's see. There we go. We'll do that. Start playing with this data. Yeah. Play with this data. Oh. Let's do it. Where's it again? Portal at the center of the world map. Aha, yes. This one. Right here. Can I land, is it? No, I can't. Haha. Joking. Mm-hmm. All right. The light is fading. All the power that was left in the meteorite. No turning back now. Is sure about this? It might end up being a one-way trip, no coming home. Doesn't matter, this is more important. Aye, we're in this till the bitter end. Mhm. Let's go. Yeah, let us do the going. This is goodbye to our world. Farewell, Chancellor. Never see any of you ever again. Especially Boko. We'll never see Boko ever again. Forever and ever. The loose world. Chitin? Why not? Way back when we were on North Mountain, why do you risk your life to save? Remember Mother? I a little. Whenever I see, hear you, I'm reminded of her. How do you mean? Warm? Oh. Time to fight. Oh, fantastic. Samurai's okay to beat right now. It's fine. I've got red magic. Easy. Oh, I guess. Whatever shall happen to us? Where are we? Mwahaha, welcome to my castle. Next death. Formerly Death. He's the artist formerly known as Death. AKA X-Death. Aloof and his cohorts have made it to Big Bridge. Fortuitous timing. Prepare the giant mirror. Fortuitous. Good word. Going to become quite useful. Look up in the sky. A bird? No, wait, it's our reflections. Grandpa, look. Lena Ferris, what in blazes is going on? And down go Loof. One more step and they die. Hell's bells, everybody, fall back. Hell's bells. Nobody says that anymore. Gilgamesh. Sure, watch them, see that they don't try anything. Exdeath, you. Ow. Well, I'm borrowing your wind drake. Bartz and the others need my help. Up, up, and away. Boy, now go back to Kryl, okay? Wish we'd gotten a name for that one instead of it just being called Boy. But okay. Well, I'm in. Okay. Well, it has good defense. Good survivability. Maybe Knight. I just stack on Knight. And Blue Magic. And Blue Magic. There we go. A little bit of defense going on. Oh, what's his Dark Knight? Does he have Dark Knight? Do we have Dark Knight at all yet? We don't have that yet. Did we get that in this game? I can't remember. Alright. Here's all the prep I need to do. Same thing. Ah. Nice. Watch the spider out. Okay. Is there anything back in the other place? The other direction? Genuinely do not know. Oh, okay. That answers that. Simple and clean. Whoa. Well, who goes there? What do I have? Well, that was quick. One hit. Wow. Fuck off. Gilgamesh. You bitch. Damn. Sit tight. I'll have you out of there in a jiffy. He really ran off. Sorry for messing up your plans. We just wanted... Save it. I'll verbally berate you later. Oh, really? Promise? After we've blown this pop stand. Hold on. Gotta be Ferris, and I gotta double check jobs now. Maybe put him back on Summoner. Yeah. With blue magic. Right. Oh. I don't remember this being a thing. That's great. Aquabreath. We go to the big bridge. Yo, Shailene, how's it going? What's up? How you been? How are things? Busy? Yeah, I feel that. Totally understandable. Been pretty busy on my end too. Especially as the getting to the end of the semester. Summoner is mastered now. Is good. Trying to think of what job I want to level up on him next. Damn, this is a really good rendition of Battle of the Big Bridge. The Dragoon with blue magic. You on back. That should be fine. Yeah. Damn. That was cool. I guess who's been waiting behind this door the whole time? Yes, it's me, Dio. Not Dio. Sorry. Gilgamesh. Took you long enough, too. I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Anyway, it's go time. Go time. Where are we going? Time to go where? Oh, it missed. Damn. Uh-oh, what else can we do? We need a white wind yet? Oh, yeah, not yet. But there's so many... I do enjoy the blue magic in this game, though. They did it right. Oh. Throw some money at him. I made an error of judgment. Speed it up. Fighting all four of you. Protect. Too tough for me. Not. I lied. Like a rug. Oh shit. That didn't really do anything. I just remembered something. See ya. Okay. One breath. There we go. Easy enough. Nice. Shiradori. Cryo, Grandpa, the barrier, look out. Oh. Grandpa. Grandpa. Poor grand dude. Gonna miss out on his grandkids' formative years. Idea where this is? Yeah, this has got to be Glossiana. The back of Beyond. Crawling with monsters too. Figured we'd be thrown someplace like this. We believe sorry about all this. I mean, we came to help you, but you ended up helping us. As usual, I meant it, you know. Really didn't have to come meddlesome bums, a lot of you. Looking for a town. I don't have my world map pulled up yet. I should do though. First world. I'm done with the first world. I need the second world now. World number 2. Electric Boogaloo. There it is. Buy stuff first. Then sleep. Nice. Forget Comet's a time magic spell in this game. It's so wild. Okay. We have no items or chests. Okay. Yeah, dance, of course. Too shabby. Here's. Oh, but he was gonna like throw me away. Ah, beautiful dreamer. My skill leveled up. I don't remember how many we have left at this point. It's been so long since I last played. Get this inn slept at in here. Next town south. Do 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 do. I find a good position for my microphone. Where'd Galoof go? We hadn't put it in, you'd have been able to get into Excess Castle. Even if we had gotten in, the barrier would have hadn't the slightest inkling it had been finished. In fact, it's only thanks to you that we weren't all crushed. We've Arts, you knew that once you came here, you could never return, so why'd you do it? No particular reason. Arts, thank you. Hey, don't worry about it. I only left everything, including my best friend Chocobo, behind for this crazy quest. No big deal. Do I need any items? Definitely use some of these. What? All right. Nice. See what's in here. Well, gonna- okay. Oh shit. We may need to run. Yeah. Yeah, let's run. We shouldn't be here yet. Whoa. I'm just gonna reload. I'm just gonna reload. Because there's no sense in waiting for that to actually go through. Or just outside. It's not going there. Right? It's not going there. Where's our next town? Oh, we got a ways to go. Okay, that's fine. A lot of walking over here. Or not. Okay. Sooner than I expected it. No goal. Ah! Let's check everywhere else first. There's no chests. Okay, there's no point. Wow. Okay. 2 chests in here. Moogle eater? Oh no, I hate that. Don't eat my Moogles. Ah. Yeah, we need to go this way. Get me to that one. Get me to that chest, that specific chest. Oh. Thank you. Ninja is mastered now on Lena. Let's see. Work on Thief. Dragoon, or any of these others, level 0 Jobs. Anybody have Chemist? Teacher Chemist. Um. Nice. It's just same room but other side. It is. Or we would have gone. Okay. So. Not as crazy as I expected. Oh. Stop it. Thank you. Oh my god. It was excessive. I need the white wind. And ether. Flamethrower? There we go. Roar. Careful, Mr. Moogle. Pokupo. Okay, here we go. Easy cheesy. Easy cheesy. Come closer, Kupo. All right now, Pokupo. Meow. Popo. What's going on? I think it wants us to follow. Yes. So just don't walk in the desert. Only walk on grass and forest. Got it. I don't know if you actually have to do this, but Doing it this way. Just in case. Where's the entrance? Sir? Adam? Undisclosed gender? Hello, character? Moogle, please. What is this? Oh my, there we go, Jesus. Bleep. Against the Moogle we help. Capo. Are you thanking us? Yeah, you idiots. Learn Moogle language, why don't you? Whoa. Ether, Phoenix down, 10,000 gil, 1 gil, Dancing Dagger. Got it. Oh. Well, why are you so excited? Capo. Moogles can telepathically communicate. Oh, knows. All right. I have no control over this. Oh boy. Trial. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ingaloof. Holding down the fort while I was gone. Ingaloof. You're a king, I can't get over it, that's all. Saying I'm not the epitome of kingliness? No, not at all. It's not what you are at all. Just kidding, but I guess I'd better mind my P's and Q's around you. Ingaloof. Watching also P's and Q's in addition to the P's. Push a kid here and ball, bad jokes like that will get you punished. Ha ha ha. Boy. I literally thought he was trying to block me from that for a second. I thought he was like programmed to not let me through, and then I just went around him. More chests and one item. I'm supposed to. I want to find stuff. I know I can come back here, but and this is the kind of the best AP farm that I know of in this area. Like these guys, and you do level 5 death. Do that. 16, nice. A lot of AP. It's a lot of AP, man. Could farm a bit. Of course, we can also farm a lot more later. Hmm. Damn it. Whoa. Oh yeah. How much do these get? 8 a piece times 5, 40. 32. Something like it. Yeah, whatever. It's not. That should have been 40 if it was 8 AP a piece. But it doesn't seem to actually be that. Even though 2 of them got 16. Whatever. So I should be able to have like an inn or something to sleep in here. We believe. Yeah, there we go. Anything good for sale? We need the for sales. Angel robe. What is it then? Oh, there it is. Negates poison and protects against poisoning. What's the difference? Negates poison and protects against poisoning? What's the difference? A weird way to word those things. Seems like maybe a translation error or something. What do we have now? One item? One item. We've got to find one item. What is this? Ah. It is. Now we go back and talk to Cryo. Here. Yeah, there we go. Trial. Windrake, he's dying. What? What happened? Pushed himself too hard. He was wounded and shouldn't have been flying, but he took me to find you anyway. Sacrificed himself to rescue us. Is there any way for us to save him? We'd need dragon grass. Okay. We can do that. I don't know if such a thing even exists in this world. I call them windrakes. Always nest near dragon grass. I expect these drakes are no different. If we go to where dragons roost, we ought to find dragon grass nearby. No place? Oh, our best bet is Drakenvale, Valley of the Windrakes. However, no one who's entered has ever returned. Oh, sounds like a job for us. Specifically, and no one else. North of the castle, just past Quelb, the werewolf town. Oh boy. Quelb. Fun name to say. Quelb. Alright, let's go. Let's do it. Dibbidi-dibbidi-doo. Open the gates. But sire, X-Death's monsters are waiting right outside. Once we're clear, shut the doors and seal them tight. Or if we do that, you won't be able to re-enter the castle. Yeah, let's do it. We come back later, it's no big deal. Don't let anyone through no matter what. Okay. What? Why did he dance though? Why did Bards dance? It was so weird. See my map. North. We gotta go north. Aquathorn. Boy. Oh, it's the weapon he's got on. It's the dancing dagger. That's what it is. I forgot he had that. I think it does more damage if it's two-handed. Gate to Drakenville is in the north of the town. Finding it won't be a problem. The question is, will it be open? No items. Find Kegler. Hmm. Intruder. Intruder window. Dude. Oof. Quite a while, has it not? Or has my old friend Kegler, one of our 4 Dawn warriors. Hold, please. He fought Exeth with you 30 years ago? Where are the pups? Folks from the world where we sealed Exeth. They're in league with Exeth? Wait, we're not. Heads are the ones who destroyed the crystals and brought Seth back, and you've led them here? Got it all wrong, listen. And down, Galoof. Parts or whoever you are, prepare yourself. I would test your blade. Kegler? Helger. Kegler. Roni of Exeth or no, show me what kind of warrior you really are. What kind of warrior you really are. Payback, I've got to settle this on my own. My own. Ah. See how you handle my lupine attack. Uh-huh. Okay. Do 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 do. What about that Kelger? Hell's bells, Kelger. Always overdoing it. Act your age for one. Still, to foil my lupine attack so easily, you're more skilled than I predicted. Just a trick I learned from my dad. Your father, what was his name? Gorgon. Rat. You two making those faces for? No way, you can't be. Gorgon's son? Yeah, so what's the big deal? Big Whoop want to fight about it? What small worlds we live in. Bart's your father along with Helger, Zizat, Sergate, and I fought together against... They had a 5-man team. Rude. They had a 5-man team. Gorgon was one of the Dawn Warriors. Do. We followed Exdeath to your world, and then your dad got left behind or something. Stuff happened, things happened, and then they stopped happening. Is this guy immortal? much punishment can he take? Even when we knock him down, he won't stay down. Just seal him here. Our only way out. Wait, did I miscount? Hold on. Galoof, Dorgan, Sergate, the Wolfman, and Sazat. There was another guy, Sazat. They had 5. Where's the 5th person? Leave a demon from our world in another. But what other choice do we have? Look sharp, lads. Vulgar. Recovering. Damnation. Yeah, what happened to Sergate? Did Sergate die at this point? There really is no choice. We must cast the seal. This chance may not present itself again. I wonder. The 5. What happened to Sergate? Wait. Sazat is Sergate. That's his full name is Sazat Sergate. Okay. I did not realize that. Wow, I like how Amano's design of him makes him look very much like the Warrior of Light from FF1. He's got like similar horns. That's crazy. I've never noticed that before. Gorgon, we can't seal him with the crystals unless all our hearts are united. Are you with us? Gorgon. Yeah, similar. They're not the same. But there's like a similar color palette and their design like influences. The Amano transferred over from the Warrior of Light. Pretty cool. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. You're certain you want to stay? Mine's made up, but why? Safe journey. Gorgon. Gorgon stayed in your world to watch over Exdeath's seal. Wow, that's... huh. How fares old Dorgan anyway? 3 years ago he got real sick, and... I see, my sympathies, son of Dorgan. Anything you ask of me shall be done. You need only name your request. Your specific request. I will have one of the villagers unlock the north gate. Yay! We did it. Did what we came here to do. Anything good for sale? I think, if I remember right, this is one of those points in the game where there's like not much in the way of upgrades for sale. It's just stuff you're gonna find in a dungeon and whatnot. I'm like a tad peckish. Just a tad hungry. Might have to get a quick snack. Kodachi. Okay, so my attack does not go down. Okay. Just leave it like that then. Yahoo! There we go. Like, I know there's a guy to talk to for a dance here. Okay. Um. Catch something real quick. Okay. Ah! Okay, don't make her attack. That was dumb. That did a lot of damage. That was really cool, but damn. I need that not to happen again. Just need a Coronado. Coronado. Flamethrower! Baseball's the flamethrower. Like up here. There they are. Ooh, that is a cursed being. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that thing? Shit. Nope. Oh, damn. Shit. This is gonna be more difficult than I expected it to be. Alright. Shit. Too much damage. What if I have... when I'm Blue Mage... with control. What about that? Can I control these damn things? At least keep it from fleeing. Nice. Yes, there we go. Where is this guy? Yeah. We're not go gourd. And that just makes it easier to catch things. If I ever need to do that again. Which I hope I don't, but you never know. Realistically. Know this to be blue magic. Thank you very much. Working on Dragoon, but need that. Was working on Cancer for a while in Chemist. We can work on Dragoon. Heal up. Try a bunch of these. Why not? Oh yeah, nope. North, north, north. Please. The other way. The other direction. Come on. Please. Turn around there. Ow, we're back on track. Save here. There other stuff? Aha. A pretty good team setup right now. Oh. Have some water, friend. Oh, he fleed again. If we just... Oh, he flees again. Money. Oh, okay. Bone Dragon. I didn't realize Lena was so close to death here. Damn, that was a good crit. Holy shit. Bone. Please again. Okay. Up age. Scottish cottage. Nice. Drippy. Fuck. Oh. Nice. Zombie dragon. What's the difference between this and Drippy? Oh, I know. Never mind. I don't need to use a Phoenix down on it. Oh, that was drippy. Okay. Never mind. Okay, can't do that. I'm trying, bud. Yeah. That was a really good hit. Please stop. Nice. Ah, stop it. That wasn't supposed to happen that way. Okay, good. It can. Okay. What? Why did she change? Why was I on row? So weird. I don't remember clicking left or right or whatever. Okay. Now we just defend. Thanks a ton. It'd rock if I could roll along with you. There we go. That's what I needed. We get all the summons. Ah. Nice. Oh shit. There we go. Tail. Oh. Okay. Okay. Wait, what do these songs do? Hold on. Let's regen. Changes the undead. This is enemies. Stops enemies. Damn. Nice. Need ethers on him. Ethers galore. Yo, Ashley, what's up? I might roast your or I might roast you in perfect grammar. It depends on. I tend not to roast people anymore. How are you doing? What's up? Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. But I will drop a novel though. Actually is I actually am finishing up a novel that I'm trying to get published soon. And by soon I mean like this year. If it if it works out. My characters have so much health. This is great. Attack. Attack also. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Silly. Thanks for that follow too, Ashley. I appreciate you. Yeah, I hope you're having a great day. I should probably heal soon. Right. Actually, no, we're fine. We're fine. Came out of that rather unscathed. Oh, we got a save room right here too. I will tent up. Why not? I don't think this boss fight's gonna be that difficult, but just think. Rather not backtrack too far. It's kick and also aqua breath, and then single target. I'm doing great too. Thank you. I appreciate you. Glad to hear you're doing great. Yeah, it's been a really nice day. Really pretty. Trying to keep an eye on my ivy that's just off camera here, because I repotted it yesterday to get a bigger pot. And just hoping it handles the stress. Safe from the grammar roaster? Yeah. Absolutely. I don't roast people. I might roast like a movie. A really bad movie. Especially if I'm in the what's it? The Mystery Science Theater 3000 mode. That would be the play sometimes. What's the book about though? It is somewhat autobiographical about some of my experiences through like my early 20s, including going to the UK for school when I was in college, and like being in London for like theater studies. And then at the same time, there's like another side to it that's about my experiences with helping a friend of mine who is okay now, by the way. He was dealing with a drug addiction when we were in our early 20s, and I was there for him, and kind of some of those experiences inspired what happens in the novel. It's a very fictionalized version of what actually happened, but it is inspired quite a lot by what happened too. I took a lot of liberties with it, and he's given his approval multiple times. That's fine. I should have kicked. Oh well. We do have regen. Okay, good. Mystery Waltz. Don't do that. Sounds really deep. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's really like personal, and took a lot of work to kind of. I mean, it was basically a big therapy process, really. To be honest with you, there was a lot of it that was just like me working through things I'd experienced. You know, not that they were like traumatizing per se. It was just, you know, beneficial in that way. Turning your early 20s into a story takes guts. I feel like it takes guts to tell a lot of stories, but yeah, that particular story took a lot of courage from me to like sit down and just, you know, confront. Like I said, it wasn't trauma per se, but it was a lot. I've processed through a lot emotionally thanks to writing that novel, so it's helped me a lot. I feel like writing it helps you or process it all, or does it more like capturing it before it fades? It's kind of a bit of both. It's more that it's helping me process through things that have happened and things I've felt and experienced. But there is kind of, you know, a portion of that also feels like it feels like I'm trying to almost like catalog my life's experiences while I still remember them, you know. And the novel isn't trying to like rewrite what happened in any way. In fact, things do not turn out the same way in the novel as they did in real life. And can I teleport out of here? I thought I could teleport out of here. Let's see. Yeah, because there's an aspect of my writing that is often autobiographical. even other pieces I've written. Oh, that's mastered. Okay, cool, sweet. Um, put him on something that will benefit the team. I guess we'll need a ranger eventually, right? Probably. So yeah, there's a part of me that kind of like writes what I write to process through my experiences. And then there's a part of me that's like, kind of just want to like have it down. For what? I don't know. You know, it's like, do I expect someone to come along in the future and like benefit from these stories? Maybe. I hope. Like that would be nice. I don't write with that intention. But I hope that somebody gets affected or inspired in a positive way by what I write. Are we gonna teleport outside? Oh. But yeah, I don't know. It's like the next novel that I've planned to write after this one, that I've already gotten some starts on, is kind of, that one's processing like, you know, my experiences with mental health and like seeing my experiences with seeing like friends groups kind of fall apart in ways, not in ways that are like, you know, people fighting with each other, just like, I mean, I think once you get to a certain age, you've probably had at least a few experiences in the world we live in now where you just see like friends groups just kind of stop hanging out and stop doing things with each other. And I've seen that happen a lot. I've had it happen to me a lot in friends groups I've been in. And so I that's something I want to process next, is like try to figure out how I feel about those things and like how, you know, maybe kind of work through how people can deal with those experiences. Makes a lot of sense. It's not changing the past, just giving it a place to exist on paper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And like, you know, one thing I would like to write, when I'm, you know, if I make it to like a really old age, I'd like to write a memoir, that is just like, here's everything, you know, an autobiography that's just like, here's everything. And it, you know, maybe set the record straight on a few things to be like, hey, this is what happened in the book, but what really happened was this, you know, that kind of thing. I like memoirs. I do nonfiction from time to time, but it's just not as big of a focus for me. And then poetry, I do quite a lot of poetry. That's really kind of the main thing of mine that's been getting noticed lately is my poetry. I've been getting some poems published, which is nice. Ever find it hits you differently when you write certain parts? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's like times where I will kind of use I'll take inspiration for a character from people that I know, right? So like certain characters I'll write are kind of influenced in ways by people that I know. And there's times where I'm like, hey, this reminds me of that person. And like, I'll, you know, remember good times, hopefully, you know, or am I like, a couple of times I've kind of used things that my friends have said that were, you know, like funny or made a lot of sense. And I'm just like, hey, can I use that? And, you know, when they tell me I can use whatever it was they said, then I'll write it down, I'll put it in something. And, you know, sometimes that doesn't come up until much later. And it's like, oh, actually, use that thing that person said. And I find myself kind of, I don't know, there's like a sort of nostalgia to it, but it's more than that, you know? More than just nostalgia. It's like, I like to describe it like mental time travel. you know, where like if you let yourself kind of into um go into a sort of like just let, a semi-meditative state and just like let yourself kind of go back and remember those moments in very like specific detail. Of course, it helps that I have a really good memory. Um, so yeah, there's like a lot of that, and I enjoy like reciting um, stories to people. Right, like I really enjoy, especially if it's somebody I care about, like just telling them, about things that I've experienced or whatever. Just telling them stories. That's kind of a way that I have of communicating with people, is to relate, like, hey, this happened to me once. It's a long time ago, and this is, whatever, right? This is how I dealt with it. Or it was a really good experience, and like, oh my god, it's worth sharing, right? It was very also cathartic to some degree, too. Sometimes I'll be writing something, and it just feels nice to kind of let it go, just kind of move on, like process. Like there's a character in this first novel that was a very negative influence in my life and my friend's life, and like in real life, that was the role that she played, was a really bad negative influence um, in both of us, and kind of anyone that I knew who ever met her. Um, and getting to kind of write a character who's an equivalent of her, and have a character say the things that I wish I had said to her, um, like stand up, like, and ask her to stop earlier than I did, and try to like, I don't know, intervene. Um, and that was kind of cathartic to just be like, oh well, this is how I wish it had happened, and this character's standing up when I struggled to stand up, and like they're having an easier time of it. Like I'm finding the character is braver than I am, or was at that time. Uh, so in a way, like my characters are kind of benefiting from the lessons I've learned, and they figure things out a little bit quicker. But I also just like to, sometimes I just write about like average kind of everyday lives. Um, just drama stuff, right? Like just stuff happening. People enjoying life or getting into arguments or like having a misunderstanding or, whatever random stuff. Yeah. I have a lot of plans for a lot of different projects. Kind of hard to keep up with some of them. Got a huge collection of like organized folders and stuff of like, here's this novel and here's this short story and here's this collection of poetry and here's something else I want to work on, all that stuff. Yeah, it's really fun, honestly. Like I love writing. It is one of my favorite things to do. Like to just share stories and communicate with people. Really what it's about, I think. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think so too. At least like that's kind of like my intention is, to kind of like, even when I'm writing darker stories, to still like be able to shed light on, on the beauty of life, even when we're messing up and it's crazy and it's like, well, there's still hope. There's still something to fight for and something to like try to accomplish. Which helps considering my style is essentially what you would consider Southern Gothic. So, like, if you've ever read any Southern Gothic writers, any like Cormac McCarthy or Flannery O'Connor or like who else was William Faulkner. Southern Gothic writers are like and my stuff has been. It's not only that I intend for it to be read as Southern Gothic. It's like I've had people unprompted just say like, "This is really Southern Gothic," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of what I'm going for." It just happens. Like if you grow up where I grew up, if you grow up in Southern Appalachia, you just kind of absorb that kind of stuff. You just absorb like the combination of like gritty darkness and the messed up stuff of the world, while also like seeing a lot of really beautiful like nature scenes, and like you get to see people be kind to each other from time to time, more than arguably some other places might get to. I'm just writing a story, kind of time traveling through your own life and giving a meaning. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's I like to kind of use my writing as more than just therapy, but like as a sort of meditative sense, right? Like there's times where I'll actually meditate before writing, and then whatever memories kind of come up, I'll try to put into something, try to write it and see if it belongs anywhere. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, just like it feels like some kind of mental time travel more so than just nostalgia. I feel like nostalgia is just like, it's a term that people like to use in negative contexts, I feel like. And I don't think there's anything wrong with nostalgia. But in an attempt to get people to understand what I mean more than nostalgia, it's like, okay, it's not just that. And it's not, nostalgic in a bad way. And what even is the bad nostalgic meaning? I don't know. Why did people do that? Random question? Okay. What's up? Oh, I think there's something I forgot to do in the castle. Which sub badges, or are you still building everything out? I have some art that I've done. Like I've done, oh, good call. I have done some emotes that, like, well, all the emotes that I have are done by me, except, wait, do I still have that old poke emote? I have poke. I don't have poke anymore, so all the emotes are done by me. And I just haven't decided what I want my sub badge to look like yet. It's been a minute, because I don't really get enough time in my week to like focus on Twitch stuff as much as I would like. So, I wish I could put more time into it, but it doesn't always happen. So I do the art when I can, and yeah, I'm still trying to get ideas for what I want the sub badge to look like. Yo, Dream, what's up, buddy? You see it turn into a long-term thing? I mean, it's been a long-term thing. I've been streaming for, what, Dream, like 7 years now? Or something? I think Dream's one of my earliest viewers that still hangs out. And Shailene as well. Yeah, you're one of my earliest viewers as well. Yeah, so since about 2019, this is like right before COVID, and then I pushed a lot more time into it once COVID hit, of course, because I had that time. I was on furlough. And then I went to grad school, and I didn't have as much time to do. I'm looking for the library. It's a library. When I went to grad school, I didn't have as much time to stream, so I just kind of stopped for a while. But now I'm back into it, and I'm like, I am really hoping to make it, like to take it more seriously. It's just time, and money. Unfortunately, I wish that wasn't a factor in the decision, but it is, unfortunately. Like if I didn't have to worry about finances as much and like working jobs, that have regular pay, then I would absolutely gladly stream more often. But I am trying to make money on my creative stuff now, a lot more than I was. You know, like I am uh, working on some music as well as my writing. I've got a Substack page also. I should probably share that somewhere on Twitch. So, you know, let's see, if you are interested in reading my silly ramblings, my Substack page is here. You can read some of that stuff. I've started to actually write and post on there. And that's going to be mostly nonfiction. There's a little bit of fiction that I'm posting on there for the paid subscribers, but the free stuff is going to be nonfiction, just me like rambling long form about whatever, you know, topics come up. I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm working on some more music again, trying to write some songs and wanting to record them, maybe post them on YouTube and stuff like that. Just little things, you know, that I'm like trying to just spread my my projects anywhere that I can get them, you know, cast a wide net, and whatever works, whatever people like latch onto will be cool, and I'll be like, hey, you know, like if you like what I do, you can go check out this other stuff that I do too, you know. So my expectation, my hope is that if any one thing that I do gets recognition, maybe, you know, I can try to start like guiding people that like that one thing towards the other stuff too, hopefully. And again, that's the hope and the intention. So yeah. The Castle Surgate. Castle Surgate. Castle Sugarcoat. What if you had a coat made out of sugar? It wouldn't do very well in the weather, but sugar coat. It'd be funny, at least for a minute, until it you know, disintegrates. Like a strong wind. Yeah, you'd be sticky as fuck, especially in the rain. It's not a good raincoat at all. Yeah. Damn. That'd be rough. Was there anything in the castle that you might make use of? I will probably try to watch that 14 stuff here in a minute. Swift song. Try to figure out all this stuff. The library in this castle that I was looking for. There's that. But yeah, I still need to watch and react to the FF14 news. Wait, what? Let's see. Ever seen a book somewhere just like this? Uh-huh. Oh. Register of Monsters. T2V shelf. No. No. I need it in the R's for register. Weird Ronka. W? Forbidden book. Oh. Okay. There we go. That's what I needed. Now we get this. And something. What do we get? What do we get for our troubles? Oh, there was a chest there. I could have gotten to that. Oh, hello. Wait a minute. I'm lost. Float. One more chest and one item. I think the other chest was in that last room I was in. Back here, but I want to see nothing. Okay, cool. I don't know. Yeah, that one. Here we go. Okay, item. Back here. That's stairs. No, that's where she went. Castle's huge, yo. This is a really cool castle, though. Like, visual design. Layout, confusing. Visual design, amazing. That is a way. Oh, do I even need to heal? I think so. What do you guys have? Nothing. As I said earlier, I think it's going to be a while before we actually have a whole lot of upgrades in Magic. Oh. Whip, headband. And, do we need an item? Item missing? Have to dip. Sounds good, Shailene. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out as always. Hopefully I will find this item soon. Probably in a pot somewhere. There were a lot of pots. Help yourself to anything in the castle. Okay, I will sit on the throne and declare myself king. I now control these lands because I said so. What gives you the right? Oh, that guy over there. He said I could. He literally said I could help myself to anything in the castle. Technically, the kingdom is in the castle. Right? Wouldn't that be wild? When hospitality goes wrong. More at 11. Where's this item? Hello, sir. Do you know where my item is? I don't know. Whoa, super fast. Forgot how fast I was going. In there. Yeah, let's go back that way. Wait, maybe it's... Oh. Okay. No, it's empty. Wow. How very weird. Whoa. Whoa. I feel like my running speed has gotten even quicker somehow. Oh, it's because I've got a thief in my party. So I'm going even faster. It does stack. I didn't realize it stacked. My god. Right, I'm pretty sure. That's definitely slower. It's wild. I doubt it will stack if you have multiple thieves. Donkeys. What? On one of the shelves. That would be a good place to hide it, considering... I don't think it's on one of the shelves, guys. TV shelf, though. What? I gotta slow down. Okay. Maybe it's on one of these shelves. Perhaps. Excuse me. Not that book. Damn it. Damn it, man. Get out of my way. Weird, yo. I don't know. Hmm. I'm gonna pull up my map. My main world map. Where did this go again? Or God. Oh, yeah, this place. Over here. Stores. So fast. So furious. Oh well. Oh, damn. Speedrun strats, I think. Well, we'll find the item some other time. Where's... Go down to Zeth's castle. Actually, let's stop for a minute while I can. Save. And let's watch the Final Fantasy thing. The FF14 thing. That. And fucking sources. Okay. I'm gonna move myself up and do this. Can I not have that popping up? Thank you. Be great. Okay, so Evercold first, and bring this up a bit. Okay. Okay. Good. Cool.
One more time? It's my favorite story.
Oh, you know it better than me by now. But if you insist.
Yes! All right, I'm ready. Tell me about the promised land.
Tell me about the what now?
Long, long ago, in a time few yet recall, life prospered, for the world was rich in plenty. Majestic trees stood sentinel over lands without end. From towering peaks sprang rivers, flowing into and feeding great seas. And noble kingdoms flourished, wanting for naught.
That was a really cool transition.
But then came the relentless ice. The world grew cold, cold and still. Men succumbed to bitter sorrow. And as we struggled to survive, they marched, and all was lost.
Cool. I need the music to tone it down just a
But
bit.
to flee to the sky.
Like, I can barely hear what she's saying.
And then what happened?
The land below became a frozen waste.
It's not supposed to be Montoya, is it?
But everything changed when they arrived.
The Fire Nation attacked.
The one from the sky.
Aye, though in those days we knew them as far wanderer.
Okay. It was very dramatic for a name that wasn't like that cool or interesting. Far Wanderer? Something? Taking you to the next level. Okay. It was a cool trailer though. I don't know what to feel about the actual what's happening. Because I'm not caught up on the end of Dawn Trail. Didn't even hear what she said the name was. Yeah, it's like Far Wanderer or something. I'm gonna turn the PCs on. And actually, I'm gonna go get a quick bite while we watch the rest while we, like, dissect this, so I'll be right back. Also, by the way, um, let's change to just chatting. Um, up on FF14 news. Done. Um, and YouTube's fine. Okay. Also, thanks to Ashley, we can add more points. We're at 18 points now. 2 points away, and we get to play World of Final Fantasy. One of my favorite Final Fantasy games that ever was, if I do say so myself. WAF was incredible. Okay, let's break this thing down. Pay attention to the subtitles and, like, stop and look at things. You know, these job stones, I can't quite explain it, but job stones for Final Fantasy 14 always reminded me of Digimon, and I can't. Um, there was a series where they had little. Was it season 2? Where they had like stones or something to add to their digivices to like. It's not a job stone. This thing. What is that? Whatever it is, it reminds me of Digimon. What is that though? Let's on power up stone something. They had like something in Digimon that was like reminded me of this that I think they like did they used on their digivices. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up. Maybe I dreamt it up. The Asm crystal that we get towards the end of Shadowbringers. Q. Oh, right. I have to refresh because it's been a while since I've played Shadowbringers, and my alternate character is just at the beginning of Shadowbringers. I think she's like 73 or something, whatever the roughly around in there. Hmm. Is Azim the character that we turned out to have been? Is that who Azim was? Because I remember that much. I remember there being like a this ancient character is who you really were before the Sundering, or the whatevers. The part of their soul, yeah, yeah, we're like a reincarnation of them or a split from or something, yeah. Alright, I can't find the Digimon thing that I was thinking of, but there's something Digimon that reminds me of. I don't know. Anyway. Also, how many were there? How many of these little circles were there? Is this representative of all of the worlds? The shards or whatever, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's can't say more without spoiling Endwalker stuff. Oh, okay. I've played Endwalker. I've just not beaten Dawn Trail. Um, I'm in where Solution 9, is that what it's called? Solution 9. I got there and I got a little bit into Solution 9 before I stopped having a subscription. Mhm. Yeah, I did. Yep. And then this thing, Solution 9. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, because it looks all techy and stuff. Um, like it's fucking what's it called? Uh, I don't know. It's like kind of cyberpunkish a bit. Yeah, yeah. But as for this, I'm not remembering what that is. The Dawn Trail thing. Okay, cool. Might not have run into it yet. Or if I have, I don't remember it. The song is good. I'll give them that. I mean, the music in this game is always
It's my
top
favorite
notch.
story.
You know, it really, really is always top notch. The problem is this trailer, the audio is so imbalanced that even in headphones, I cannot hear the dialogue over the audio or over the music.
Tell me about the promised land.
Bad.
Long
Tell me about the promised land. That's what she said.
in a time
Promised land.
yet recall.
Might have if you've reached solution 9. Okay, I probably have then. And I just
The world
don't remember what it was.
rich in plenty. Majestic trees stood
I'll remember when I get
sentinel
back
over
into playing and, like, you know,
From towering peaks
reacquaint myself with what was happening.
flowing into
Pay attention again.
bleeding great seas. And noble kingdoms flourished, wanting for naught.
I do wonder if these two characters are supposed to have any significance, though. You know? Like, if that, like, I can't tell if that's supposed to be Matoya or not. Because I'm just not familiar enough with her character design. And if the little girl is supposed to be anybody that is, like, important to the story. Or if it's just two random people. Just to, you know, help express the story.
Cold and still, men succumb to bitter sorrow. And as we struggle,
Okay, this is what I wanted to look at. I wanted to try to figure out what the hell this thing is. You got any knowledge?
and as we struggle,
Got any knowledge on what that is? Got like a halo thing. See if I can. Can I bring my Ivy into view? I can't. Like, not ideal placement. Bring it into view, but I can do so. A little too close right here, but see it instead of just my TV and my fan. Yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to be. It looks really cool though. Might just be a big like trial boss or something.
they
There's another one. More hands.
and all was
Feet.
lost,
These things. I don't know what these are supposed to be.
and all was lost.
About Azim. Azim is the position Vina held in the convocation of the 12. I'll hold a piece of Vina's soul that was under. Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
We had no choice but to flee to the sky.
Okay. Say that again.
Survive sorrow. And as we struggle to survive,
As we struggled to survive, not.
and all was lost. They, and as we struggle to survive,
As we struggled to survive, not every struggle survived. Caption.
and all was lost.
Okay.
We had no choice but to flee to the sky.
It does look really cool, at least. I don't know who this is supposed to be. Do we know who these two characters are supposed to be? I'm sure there's supposed to be someone that, like, I would know if I paid more attention and hadn't taken time away. Not a clue. Okay. Maybe they're just new characters then.
And then what happened?
The land below became a frozen waste. But everything changed when they arrived.
The traveler. The one from the sky.
Aye, though in those days we knew them as far wanderer.
I'm pretty sure she's saying the Far Wanderer, not just the Wanderer. She's hanging on the awful lot if that is the case. If it's just the Wanderer. The Wanderer. No, I don't think that's what she's saying. Feels like a
Far
Far Wanderer. Far Wanderer. Right? That's what I'm hearing. Far Wanderer. Really cool. I mean, I like this. I like the logo. This is really cool. It makes me wonder if January. Nice. That's plenty of time to get caught up. If I play my cards right. So my immediate response to seeing stuff like this, the land became a frozen waste. My question is, yeah, Far Wanderer doesn't have the same oomph as Warrior of Darkness. I agree. That's why I felt like at first watching, I was like, man, that was an awful lot of buildup and a lot of like, you know, this right here, this moment, boom, boom, dramatic, and then it's just like Far Wanderer, and it's like, oh, really? That's all you want to? You know, get some cool name for me. I'm not like the, not gonna give me some really cool title. The most badass who ever badassed, right? No, just Far Wanderer. They wandered far and near sometimes. Some say, occasionally they would wander near too, and maybe some mid range from time to time. They wandered mid range as well. But I don't know. I feel like it falls a little flat in that moment. I think they could have written that better, but I'm still excited for the expansion. Don't get me wrong. Not hating on it. But this moment right here, this makes me wonder if so the idea of like, okay, the land became a frozen waste. So my question is, are we getting a whole new zone that is 2 levels, the below, like, the ground and then the thing that's above that's making the frozen waste, right? And that's all new zone, both places. Or are we getting a new zone that's hovering over old zones and the old zones become a frozen waste? Are we getting, like, reworks of old zones where they're suddenly snowing and wintry? It gives me the same vibe as Zero from the posts in Walker MSQ. Yeah, it does. It's very, very, here we go. Very Zero. Very cool. But yeah, I'm curious if we're gonna see, like, old reworks of old zones, or if this is all just like, you know, it's not the entire world that got frozen over, it's just this portion. Who knows? I'm sure somebody knows. But anyway, yeah, cool trailer. I think it's doing some cool stuff. Um, you know, it's got me excited. I'm always excited for more 14, the only MMO I play anymore, even though I don't play it that much. It's the only one that I care enough to actually want to come back to. I think it's an old zone getting reworked. The thing spinning with the Esm crystal at the beginning has implications about that. Okay, I got you. Fair enough. Then there's this other trailer. What's this? Evangelion crossover? What are they doing? That's really cool.
Hey everyone, Mr.
Hi, Mr. Happy. I will watch this video later. I wanted to watch this Mione video about the kinda wanted to flick through this about the combat changes. Yeah, Evangelion Alliance raid, that's cool. I like that. I like when the Alliance raids get us, you know, um, like other worlds, you know? Although that being said, the Endwalker, alliance raids were really cool. These got you excited? Nice. I'm I've yet to read anything about this. Um, I'm going to flick through. I'm not gonna watch the whole video. I'm gonna flick through. Wanna see PvP battle system. Oh, this is what the guys worked
Why they're making this decision. They
on.
say
Then
they
even more
wanted to
players.
build a decision on existing job actions and
Reborn mode. Keeping it familiar, available for all existing jobs. So this is like as close to what it is now, right? This is reborn mode is similar to what we have now, right? That's my first assumption with the idea of keeping it familiar. Like in theory, but when you think about it, they don't add any lore to the main 14 story. Yeah, I enjoyed the Endwalker Alliance raids for the fact that they were fun. Um, but yeah, basically what we have now. Okay.
mechanics means that you'll be able to keep playing the way that you do now into the future. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to be making small adjustments and additions going forward into 8.0 onwards. But the fundamental mechanics will still be grounded in what already exists. On the other hand, the three most distinguishing features they say of Evolved Mode are firstly the redesign of the system to better highlight the characteristics of each job. Secondly, they wanted to feature completely different action rotations than the
Okay. Reborn mode available only for existing 21 jobs. All new jobs will only have evolved mode. Ah, okay. So any new jobs going forward from Evercold onward, they're only gonna have evolvement. That's interesting. Oh, you meant the crossover alliance raids. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. That makes more sense now. Now that I realize. Yeah. Yeah, I mean like 12 the 12 alliance raids kind of like connect a little bit. The obviously the Crystal Tower stuff only connects later when it's important for Shadowbringers. Um but yeah, the other like um the near raid, the what else has been done? What else has been done? Let's see. Okay. The stuff in Heavensward, I never understood. The Heavensward Alliance raids, I never like it's just stuff, right? It's just stuff's happening. Right? Like I never understood it in any like lore implications sense or anything like that. You remember what the Heavensward Alliance raids were? They had Kate Sith. They had like a weird Kate Sith wannabe character. Um, you fight Diablo. Dunscaith is one of them. Uh, Weeping City of Mach, and I don't remember the other one. The Void Arc. There we go. Void Arc, Mach, thingy, Unscathed. So yeah. Um, yeah, I don't like I never quite understood those alliance raids. Dumbscaith, yeah. They're okay. Um, I just don't like, I never understood what their story connection or point was, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, they have fun moments. I just, like, I don't know. There's something about them just always, like, escaped me in terms of, like, figuring out what the hell the story was. And then what was after that? Stormblood was the FF12 raids, which were cool. And you're right, Crystal Tower had a huge payoff. Um, what was after Stormblood? Shadowbringers? That was near. And then Endwalker was like the Zodiac guys or whatever they were called, which was pretty cool. And I know nothing. I know absolutely 0 information about Dawntrail alliances. I've nothing. Kinda added something to the 14 lore, though. There's near and I mean, Evangelion, feel like completely separate yeah, it'll be stuff that, like, barely connects, I'm sure. They'll be like, "Oh, we got, like, a thing to go visit this world where there's mechs and, like, biomechs and shit, and crazy stuff's happening." I'll go into them blind probably, you know? I appreciate you, though.
the reborn version, and thirdly, they wanted to make things easier to understand by reducing the amount of actions necessary to set your
What else
hotbar.
is
Those are the 3 tenets of this new system. Yoshi P says
wait, what?
to set to your hotbar. Those
Reducing
are
the
the
amount of
3
actions
tenets
necessary to
of
set
this
your
new
hotbar. Okay,
system.
cool.
Yoshi P says, touching what we discussed on the keynote, he was looking at the social channels. He did see how people may have misconstrued the concept of evolved versus reborn modes. People were thinking that evolved mode is making reborn mode more easy, but that is not the case. There are also comments that this evolved mode might be just created because we want to accommodate for the Nintendo Switch 2 version, but again, he reiterates that is not the case either. It just so happened that those announcements happened at the same time. And so again, the concept again is to
Montreal
make
normal raids are really
accommodations
where
for
it's
busy
at, though.
people
I've heard a
and
lot of really
trying
good
to
things
find the
about them.
time to play video games.
I don't know much
Also,
about
new
them either,
players who may
but
not
I
be
have seen the themes, the, like, the sort of, like, style. I don't know how to describe the style with words currently, but you know what I mean? Like, I've seen the style of them, and I've seen a couple of the bosses for them. Um, so I have been not quite spoiled, but, I wouldn't be going into those completely blind. I don't know what the fights are like, I just know what some of them look like.
familiar with the different configurations,
Let's see here.
or people who have experienced other games and a system with it's meant to be a different core to 2 modes. Shared elements, he says, for the most part, you're getting a different experience between other. You can mode is available when you unlock your job for the first time.
Okay.
Here, both the reborn and the evolved mode actions on either side of the screen. As you can see, there are quite a few.
I really like that they're giving us the controller mode too, because I do tend to play 14 on controller, and I like playing on controller. Don't hate me. I think that game works perfectly fine on controller. Um, and, uh, and it's just, you know, I like to play, man. It feels better on controller. I do too. Yeah. Like, even though I play on PC, I originally was playing um, on PS4, and that's kinda why I started playing on controller in the first place on this game, was just because I started on PS4. And then, you know, I switched to PC and was like, "Actually, I'm so used to controller, I might as well just stick with it."
You less on the
So
right.
we've got a lot fewer. I'm assuming part of what they're doing is, like, you know how this is my assumption, I'm just gonna predict based on what I see here of what's there and what's missing here. You know, when you do, like, story missions where you play as an NPC character, you play as, like, Alizé or somebody, and their their actions are like it's the same button, and it just changes, and they've started to do that too a lot more, like, there's a lot more actions that change. You can set it to replace the previous action, to, like, override that button, um, because you can't, it's just, like, how it works now. I'm assuming that's kinda what we're doing here a little bit to some degree, that's part of the change, at least part of the change, is like, "Hey, instead of doing these 3 attacks here, we've got 1 button, and it's gonna change into these 3 attacks as you go." Like, you hit 1, and then the button just changes. I feel like that's part of at least part of what we're doing here. I hit all my buttons with controller where on keyboard I need, like, 3 hotbars. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like, controller, you can have this, which is what I do. Let me move the captions. This is what I do. I have, like, you have your hotbar, and then you have a second hotbar behind that you can use the triggers to get to, and then you have these hotbars too that you can use your triggers to get to, like, on the side. So you do still get access to 3 hotbars, but it's like, well, technically you get access to more, but you know what I mean? Like, from a controller, it's easier to manage, navigating those 3 hotbars, I think. Um, and it's also visually, it takes up less room, which is what I like. I don't like my UI in 14 to take up all that much room, as you've seen before from my setup. I usually like things kind of spread out and more, like the important information clustered where it needs to be, and then the other stuff is spread out, and like I don't like a whole lot of it. I've got like I basically turn off most of the HUD sometimes. Like I have it set so that my hotbars disappear when I'm not when I'm not actively using them in combat. Um, because it just helps immerse me more. It kind of helps push that like role play experience. Your 1, 2, 3 combo is the same button instead of 3. It's just gonna operate. Let's see how high jump turns into other jump. Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Okay. Let's see here. I've got to set up my I figure out what time I gotta leave to go pick up Riven from work real quick. Um, um, that one. Ah, soon. Hmm, soon. So we'll get through this as much as we can. Gonna help with button bloat a lot, especially on jobs like Dragoon and Ninja where you have 72 buttons. Yeah. As a Dragoon main, I feel that. I don't really particularly
Solid
mind
with that evolved
having a
mode.
lot of buttons
That
to
is because
press,
many abilities have been
but there
consolidated,
are times
similar to
where it's
how they
like, this is
have
too
in
many.
PvP, for example. The
On
evolved
Dragoon, at
mode is
least. On
much more
Ninja, I'm sure it's gonna
streamlined,
be
they
even
say.
better.
All
Because Ninja
necessary
is
job
bloated. I
and
do
role
feel the bloat
actions
on
fit
Ninja.
into 16 buttons exactly or thereabouts. These abilities are being developed, so these listed may change. Got to that number, they say. This is the
Let's
exact
see.
on Paladin. This took, but you press
Oh.
3. He said, evolved mode Bulwark will no longer exist. But to compensate for its removal, the potency of remaining defensive actions will be adjusted to produce similar results.
That's good.
And another way
That is one of my problems with tanks specifically is and kind of some other jobs too, although I can't remember specifics at the moment. I've just noticed like the bloat problem that I experience is not having too many buttons, but having too many, especially on like I said, on tanks, having too many options that do basically the same thing. Like, oh, I'm a tank. I've got like 5 or 6 different, you know, damage mitigation abilities when it's like can't I just use the same couple? You know, can't I have like one that's for physical and one that's for magic, and then like one that's my oh shit panic invuln button, you know, kind of thing, or like you know another one that's like a team wide one or something. You know, like I like this. Yeah, this is good. It's not like having to struggle to weave OGCDs on Dragoon. We have like 7 different abilities that need to be weaved. I hot take. I kind of like weaving abilities as a Dragoon. Like that's part of the fun for me. Is just trying to weave what I can, you know, depending on the abilities you're using, some of them you can double weave, um, which is really cool. When I learned how to double weave, I was so like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest," you know? I was, like, so impressed by that, and that was back in, like, I don't know, Stormblood, I think.
that we were able to consolidate actions, they say that a team putting their
But
effects
I
based
get
on the
your
target
I
you
do
select. If
get
we
your
take the
frustration
action
with it.
Divine Justice as an
I can
example,
see it
depending on
being
whether
frustrating for, you know, in general. I'm probably a rare case that I actually like it, but okay. Cast on enemy. Okay, so that is just gonna be different depending that's gonna cause me problems because I forget to change my target sometimes when I need to target an ally as a tank, but
you
it'll be
use
fine.
this on an enemy or an ally,
To switch whole
its
hotbars for a
resulting
weave is
effect will
frustrating.
change
Oh,
to
yeah,
either
that makes
Holy
sense.
Spirit
Yeah,
or
I get you.
Clemency. Then we have actions like Cover and Shield Bash. These are both actions.
I think my biggest problem with Dragoon button bloat is, just the fact that it does make it more difficult to pay attention to what else is going on in the fight than it does if you're, like, some other jobs that are, like, you know, less bloated,
Limited
you
in
know, then like, with a Dragoon, it's like, I'm fighting as much against the boss and their mechanics as I am against trying to just manage my rotation and my stuff, you know? Um, More so than I think a lot of other jobs. Ninja as well. Ninja felt that way too. Monk
scope of
felt
use,
kinda
they
that
say,
way.
but they are characteristic to
Um,
the Paladin job. So
Basically anything with a quick recast time, any quicker jobs felt that way to me. Oh, just the idea of, like, my biggest problem with Dragoon button bloat is, like, that I feel I'm having to fight managing my rotation as much as I'm having to fight, like, the mechanics, you know? Like, it takes it's I'm fine with managing the, rotation, and I'm fine with managing the mechanics, but when I have to do both of them at the same time, there's friction, and sometimes I will, like, lose track of what mechanic I'm on because I'm trying to figure out trying to pay attention to where my rotation is and everything, and so, you know,
just like Divine Justice, similar setups for these actions and the
there is
touches in
that.
evolved mode as well, he
Um,
says. Those absolutely required to clear a
but
certain
yeah,
battle will
we're
remain
we're we're getting rid of that, that's good, we're getting rid of that, that's good. Um,
until will action will inflict
yeah, is that's just like, let's do yep, that makes sense. Do both and change yeah, that's cool. I like this. I really like I really, really like the change of provoke to do both provoke and shirk depending
some
on
of
who
the
you're
exact
targeting. That's
changes
really
is
good.
even air. They mention here there's a disclaimer that footage for this Paladin then currently very air focused on streamlining rather than running to Riot Blade Ven authorities by consolidating. So as you can see, Fast Blade here turning into Riot
Yeah,
Blade Ven and when on a party
I get
member,
the
this
idea.
becomes Clemency.
This isn't super complicated or anything.
Imperator
I was
turns
expecting like a very complicated, you know, change. That's why I like Viper so much. The rotation is simple enough I can focus on managing mechanics instead of my hotbars, but not so simple and I'm bored. Yeah,
to
that
the
makes sense.
of a
I haven't gotten into
So for
Viper
an
enough to really
answering
have much of
strike,
an
which is a
opinion
new
about it.
counter ability, if a paladin execution, which is a much more potent counter ability, so it's all timing or cover can be used in consolidation techniques to make them more fun. Interacting with the party member
Oh,
here,
okay,
looking pretty cool,
that's
honestly,
cool.
for clemency and cover. Shield bash also made the cut, and it turns dependent provoke and shirk.
So then
Different
basically the next step is over time between now and Evercold release, I assume, we'll start seeing more of the detailed changes that each individual job is getting, right?
what you would
I
be
assume.
used to maybe
Because
normally in the
I don't
game,
expect them
and
to
this
give us all
offers
that
a new
information now.
experience of job gameplay feel
Doesn't
with
really
a
pop
new
off until level
evolved
100, but then
form.
it pops
So
off.
now we'll
Yeah.
move on to DPS, melee DPS specifically,
I tried Picto more than
and
thingy, more
specifically
than
Dragoon of our
Viper.
second preview
I enjoy
of
Picto
4
pretty good.
jobs. So moving on to Dragoon then, compared to Reborn mode, they
I
say
just need to see
Evolve
Dragoon.
mode
That's all.
changes are very significant on mode. This has been spent to
Show me.
execute powerful direction-based weapon skills. Executing Sinister Drive from the enemy's left will increase potency, and then executing Dexter Drive from the right of the enemy will also increase potency. Then after using both Sinister and Dexter, you will also have the ability ready called Winged Chaos, which if used from behind will give you a significant damage bonus.
Okay.
To offset this increase in difficulty created by this additional layer of attack directional specifics, they say we've added a little bit more leeway to allow for attack execution timing. They say they've also added a new jump, which is called Vengeful Jump, that ignores the directional requirement of the next weapon skill used. And whilst this is not specific to Dragoon,
That's
Tamaki
good.
says to let
It's like
players
it's like an
know
extra
that
True North. Unless they're getting rid of True North, but it's charged 3 times, so it's an extra True North either way. Maybe changing in Evercold. Supposedly we're gonna have our whole kit by like level 50. Oh, that's
they've
cool. That's good.
successfully
I think one of my big problems with trying to level up extra jobs is that like weird spot that you know, like that weird like pre-level 40 or 50, you know, where you're doing dungeons and you're just like, my kit isn't here yet. Like I can't do shit, you know?
executed directional
like
attack
like I
correctly.
can still do the dungeons. It's just it's really awkward and it takes longer than it should
We'll be
because
adding
my
more
kit's not there
intuitive graphical feedback
on any
across
job
the
almost.
board. Another big change is the addition of Blood of a Dragon. Blood of a Dragon accumulates each time a Dragoon executes a vengeful jump, and when it reaches its maximum charge of 3, it readies an attack called Star Diver. Using Star Diver then grants Life of the Dragon, which in turn allows for the execution of a powerful combo.
Ooh.
In addition to executing Star Diver, this will also grant Sky High, and this is an ability where players can fly high into the sky, landing several moments later to deal massive damage, very similar to the Limit Break in PvP, if you've done
That's cool. That's fucking cool. I love that.
that to deal massive damage, very similar to the Limit Break in PvP, if you've done that. Sky
That's really cool. Yeah, the Freya oh, that's really fucking cool. And that has util. See, that's one thing I miss about one of the jumps they took away from us is they took away a util jump that that's even more util than what we've had before. Because you could just put that anywhere, right? You could just move anywhere you need to be. Assuming. I assume anyway. Fucking boring until you reach the level that the new expansions. Yeah, like by the time it's basically like whatever 60 and up is most of the time for most jobs, unless it's a newer job, in which case it's like not until. No, not evasive jump. It was like it was either the big fire multi-target one or the stun one that they used to have. There was like a stun one that they used to have, and I used it for util a lot because you could just if the boss moved somewhere while you're in the middle of trying to do mechanics, then you could just get back to it. You could just get back into the fight really immediately.
They say was designed to feel like a legacy Final Fantasy jump ability. So whilst airborne, we originally
really cool.
wanted the player to take no damage, but
Spine Shatter was the one. Yeah, they took out Spine Shatter a while ago, I think. I want to say with Dawn Trail or maybe even Endwalker. Dragonfire, I think we did still have before. I don't see it on this unless it just, you know, is like one of these abilities it replaces later. But they did get rid of Spine Shatter a
after
while back.
realizing we couldn't go
pretty
for
sure.
that due to certain boss mechanics, we chose to have slightly less, but still around 90% damage reduction at the moment. This may be more incredible in my opinion, looking like a streamlined yet still identity-rich set of.
I know we had Dragonfire Dive the last time I played.
I was definitely more impressed.
But again, I'm not seeing it here on this.
Tamaki-san mentions how this isn't specific to Dragoon, but all of the jobs we have tried hard to make these new rotations that are not only something fun to play, but also represent
it's got to be an AoE too.
job. So for Dragoon, he says, that was about making those signature jump attacks and combining them with improved
we certainly look
dragon mechanics
more stylish now,
feels really
it seems,
and
which is good. To me, that is the point of being a Dragoon, is to be stylish. Do damage, look cool.
these actions, so we
It's
worked
what
in
I love
paring
about being
down
a
that number
Dragoon.
as
Do
we
damage,
went.
look cool.
And then
Have
we
big
move on
pointy
to the
stick
next
and hit
job,
thing with
White
it.
Mage.
And look
Straight
cool while
onto
you're doing it.
gameplay then.
Okay, I'm not as worried about White Mage. I'm gonna skip over that for now for sake of time, because I'm gonna have to leave soon for, picking up Riven from work. We're gonna hang out tonight and probably tomorrow. Moving synergy actions, adjusting action
Tank
acquisition
role.
levels, defining main and off-tank
So
roles,
let's
that's
go into detail.
good.
Priest party members DPS, those will be removed from the game. They say whilst we understand that many players enjoy job synergy and party buffs, as part of party play proficiency, we also felt that those synergies had a negative impact to
Yeah,
battle. Firstly, synergy
I
actions
agree.
bind many jobs to specific 120-second
2-minute meta is
rotations,
also
the
yeah,
2-minute
this is
meta.
good. I hated the 2-minute meta. Like,
They say
I miss I miss the meta when it was like Stormblood and Shadowbringers. Um, and Heaven's Ward, you know, the older meta before the pre 2-minute meta.
it robs players of freedom in battle.
Those
Secondly, when
expansions
there's
had
a
really good
mistake in a
metas, and they weren't that much different than the 2-minute meta is now. It's just everybody felt like we had our own, like we had more unique stuff to do, and I'm hoping that what we get is even better than what we used to
rotation,
have.
the result can be
Yeah, I don't
devastating
like
for the
having to manage
entire
other people's buffs
party.
either. Although I will say I do miss the Eye of the Dragon ability that we used to
And
have
finally,
as
the dev and
Dragoons.
battle team
I kind of miss
actions.
the Eye of the
They should
Dragon,
be
like just being able to having a dance partner essentially. So cool. Like give that back to me, but like rework it in a way that's going to be, like less, you know, inclined to
says
be a 2-minute
coming
meta
with
type
this
thing.
is to a negative point.
Just
You see
just let it be something, like make
similar
it inconsequential as to whether or not I use it. Like if I miss it, fine. If I use it, cool. It's a little extra damage. It's stuff for like the really try
similarities
hard
across the
people.
but play like it was a striking dummy. It's just stood there, abilities back. They want
But
to
like just having like a dance partner
make more
mechanic as a
exciting
Dragoon, I thought was
fights,
pretty
so
fun.
the 2-minute meta
Before
has to
dance partner
go.
was a thing.
Saying with this new system, they want to break the cycle. It's about giving freedom to players to not be bound to the cycles, but also for the developers to
Good.
make things not bound
Like
to the
this.
2-minute meta, and they
She's
can
got
do
elf ears.
much crazier things with fights as well as the jobs as well. On to adjusting action acquisition levels then. The plan then for 8.0 is to have the hotbar full of all of the necessary actions you would need by level 5 when playing ability.
That's what you were talking about. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's the best.
New tank in 8.0.
Skill at taking direct damage actions. A new tank. Oh, well, they've confirmed they're giving us a new tank. I didn't know that. So Paladin is basically the main tank now, and then whatever the new one is, and then these guys. Dragoon still has Dragonfire Dive as of now. Might have just not added it to the hotbar. Yeah, that's true.
That will be added. We'll be
We'll
focusing
see.
on mitigating damage. What tank you have in your party of both the mate and change. Basically, what we're looking at there with the role and off tank.
I mean, the only downside to this is that you're gonna, you're always gonna want one of these two and one of these two, kind of ideally. But at the same time, like, it's fine. You're still gonna be able to do the content with like both these or both these, in your tank slots. I'm sure, right? Like, it'll be ideal for the tryhards. They're gonna want specific, but they already do that anyway. I mean, that's just like it's just party composition. Like, I've never had a problem with people asking other people to play specific jobs. Unless they're being a dick about it, but, that's beside the point.
Actually have specific
Tank and a
roles
DPS,
now,
okay. And Beastmaster, right? We're getting Beastmaster, which is,
to be fulfilled, and they have
like
their
Blue
own
Mage.
characteristics.
It's gonna be a limited
So
job, which
that's
is
the
cool.
dev
That's totally
panel.
what it
What
needs
are
to
your
be.
thoughts set up for over 10 years, as they've
That
said?
was good. That was good stuff. I think, um, I think those changes are cool. That's exactly what I want them to be doing. Splitting the healers in a similar way, shield healers and pure healers. That makes sense. That's kind of always how they've been anyway. Like, defining those roles more and making them more. This is the thing. The big change that I want is for jobs to have a good, unique identity from job to job again, right? I want each job to feel that's what made Shadowbringers so fun. And everything, pretty much all the expansions from Heaven's Ward to Shadowbringers. That's what made those expansions fun to me, is that every job felt unique. Sure, not all of them felt great. Monk confused the hell out of me for a long time, but it they felt unique. That was like, okay, this is cool. This is something that, yeah, you get me. This is like I have an identity, and I feed into that because my dragoon, like the whole kind of amount of fun that I get out of playing a dragoon is the dragoon job identity is just like I said earlier, do things stylish, hit thing with big pointy stick, you know? Be styling on them, do damage, look cool. That's it. That's all I wanna do, you know? Party Finder is gonna have them labeled like that? Yeah, yeah. So, I think in the long run, it'll be better. It'll help. These are good changes. I really like it. Thank you to Mioni. This is a good comprehensive video. Um, Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to head off and go pick up Riven, so we can hang out. They wanted me to pick them up from work. So, I'm gonna go do that. Thank you for hanging out, Dream, and, Shailene for coming in earlier, and Ashley for coming in, new follow and everything. Appreciate everybody. Hopefully, I will get to do a longer stream next time, next week probably. School's over, so my schedule is opening up more. I'm gonna try to stream at least once a week again. We'll see what day that ends up being on, if it's Wednesday or whatever. It'll just be whatever days I don't have other stuff going on, you know? But yeah, the things I'm looking forward to is the eye level sync. Okay. Yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah, it's gonna be, like, less troublesome for you to have the right item level of everything, right? I think I heard a little bit about that, but yeah, very interesting. So yeah, next time we will finish up um Galoof's World on FF5. We'll come back to that and finish that up, and that'll be fun. We might get a little bit further than that, I don't know, but all max level jobs are gonna suck. Uh, Sync. Okay, there we go. Sync to the job with the highest level. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you just have to like find someone who's keeping up with the item level. Only one of you has to do it. That's good. That's good. Um, cool. I like that. People will feel less hindered when they go into harder content. Good. For max level jobs. Well that yeah, but like, you know, when you're doing end game content and you're like, my item level's like not quite there, so I'm holding the team back when you're doing a raid or something, right? I assume it's gonna work for raids, but um oh no, I understand. I thought it's like okay, I was thinking the way Destiny did it recently where like the person in the party with the max item level was gonna sync everyone up to that item level. I gotcha. Okay. So I don't have to level up jobs anymore. That's awesome. I don't have to level up any alternate jobs or anything. Um, with fucking gear. Yeah. Okay, so I just don't have to get new gear for them. That's cool. Okay, I like that. Cool, cool. Well, I really have to go now. I appreciate you hanging out and chatting. It's always good getting to talk to you, and it was good to finally get to see all this stuff and everything. What everyone can tell from the info we got. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah, I appreciate you, buddy, and I look forward to streaming and getting to play more. Get back onto the marathon series playthrough. Yeah, I was glad to get to stream again. It's good to get a chance to do this again. So yeah. Well, I'll see you, sometime probably next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. We will. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll probably watch a movie or something. Hang out, listen to some music. Yeah, man. You have a good night as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.